Hi there, Nick Storr here again for Sound on Sound magazine. Today we're looking at the best practices for archiving your Reaper projects for later retrieval. There are a few little things you can do to maximize the chances of being able to open up your project again in years to come with minimum drama. In the article, we went through 3 hypothetical project restoration scenarios, and in this video, I'll briefly demonstrate the archive procedures that we talked about in the magazine. Scenario 1 was where there are no significant configuration changes between the time of the archive and the subsequent retrieval. In this instance, the main thing we need to ensure is that all of our project media is in the project directory before we back it up. So what Reaper does is any media that's recorded before the first time you save the project will end up in Reaper's temporary recording path. And similarly, any loops or effects and things like that you might have dragged into the timeline from an external drive or from elsewhere on the drive might still be in their original respective location. That's the default Reaper behavior. So to make our backup as self-contained as possible, it's a good idea to consolidate all of that into the one place. So the first approach you can take here is to use the project bay. You hit Command B on Mac OS or Control B on Windows to bring this up. And you look in the Source Media tab up here, and then click on the Path column, which is over here on the right, and you can scroll over if you need to get a clearer view of that. That sorts the file listing. This is every item from the project, and this sorts it by path. Now you can see most of these files here are already in the project's audio folder, but there are a few sitting here in external locations. Now to import them into the project folder, I just multi-select them like this, and then right-click and go Copy File to Project Media Directory. Now you can see they're all in the one spot. The other way you can do this is to use the Save Project As command to create a brand new consolidated copy of your project along with all of its media. You simply head up to the File menu or hit the keyboard shortcut, which I'm going to do here, Command Option S or the Windows equivalent, and then choose a location for your backup. And then you want to click on this Copy All Media into Project Directory here. Now you hit Save and all of the media from the project will be copied into the new location regardless of where it was originally stored. Scenario 2 from the magazine article involved using Reaper's freeze command, which will allow the project to play on another Reaper installation, even if your plugins and samples, etc. aren't on that Reaper installation. This one is really easy. Just select all of the tracks you'd like to freeze, including any effects received channels, because they will be included in frozen data. Bring up the context menu and select Freeze Tracks to Multi-Channel. Now you wait for the render, which could take quite a while if you have several tracks. I'm just going to speed through this. Okay, so once it's done, you'll end up with this, a big project full of locked, frozen tracks. And any of these should play exactly as they did in the original project, even if you load up the project on an installation of Reaper which doesn't have any of those plugins or samples available. Now, if you are on a system which does have those things available and you want to edit those elements again, it's really easy to go back to your original state. Just select the track you want to restore, right click and go to Unfreeze Tracks, and it's as simple as that. Alright, finally our last scenario, the archive of last resort, stem renders. You won't have any editable parameters in your archive this way, but you can at least reassemble your mix. Even if you don't have Reaper or any of your plugins or samples, you just need something that will open WAV files. So again, this is really simple with Reaper. Just select all of your tracks, then open the render dialog and select Master Mix plus Stems. You can just do stems, but I find it's really useful to have the master mix included as part of your archive because it makes a really good reference point, and you can sort of just use it as a reality check to make sure that your recreated mix sounds the way it should. Now you enter a name. I've gone with Nick's Cool Song Archive, and you want to put in a wildcard here for track. What this will do is each file name of your archive will include the track name appended to the end. So like, for example, the first one up here, UK Garage Remix 1, the file name will end up being Nick's Cool Song Archive UK Garage Remix 1, and so on and so forth down the list. It just makes it a little easier to navigate through your files rather than just having numbered track names. There are a bunch of wildcards here which you can use to sort of intelligently name your archives. And select your file format parameters as you normally would, and then hit render. Alright, now that's all rendered. Several minutes later, if I hit show in Finder, I can see all of my stems neatly named, lined up there, ready to be archived. And that's it. We'll see you next time.